You think the throne you've been striving for is yours to keep? You think you've earned your place at the top, that the world owes you something because you've struggled? Let me tell you something. The throne you sit on means nothing. It's a fragile illusion, built on nothing but lies, ego, and self-deception. And when the universe comes to collect, it won't just knock. It will destroy everything you thought was yours. You're sitting there, comfortable in your bubble, claiming victory for battles you didn't even fight. You think you're untouchable, that your position is permanent. You've built your life on shortcuts, on easy wins, on people who've handed you scraps. But the thing is, they never told you that your throne was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. And that explosion, it's coming for you. Listen to me now. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to rip apart the pathetic excuse you call your life. You want the truth? You've been given every opportunity, and still, you sit there complaining. You've let fear, doubt, and insecurity fester inside you like a cancer. You've allowed yourself to be paralyzed by the very things that could have made you unstoppable. Every moment you spend hesitating, every minute you waste feeling sorry for yourself, is another nail in the coffin of your potential. Let's make one thing clear. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your sob story, your trauma, or your fears. Life will chew you up and spit you out without a second thought. And if you don't wake up now, if you don't start fighting, then you'll find yourself buried beneath the rubble of your own broken dreams. You've been handed chances, real chances, but you didn't take them. You sat idle. You allowed your throne, your fake sense of security, to rot beneath you. And that's when the universe comes to set things straight. Karma doesn't forget. It doesn't forgive. And when it comes for you, it'll burn everything you've built to the ground. You want to know why? Because you never earned it. You never fought for it. You never sacrificed for it. That throne you've been sitting on, it's built on the false belief that you deserve something you didn't work for. And now, it's time for the reckoning. How long will you keep sitting there pretending that things will change without action? How long will you stare at your reflection, looking at a version of yourself that only exists in your head? There is no magic formula. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you a seat at the table. You have to fight for every inch. This is war. And the first casualty is your comfort zone. Your throne is meaningless. It's just a stage for your delusion. And when karma comes knocking, it's going to burn it all down. You'll be left with nothing but ashes and the bitter taste of regret. So ask yourself, are you going to wait for the destruction to come? Or are you going to stand up and fight for something that actually matters? It's time to wake up, because the world is about to shake you awake, whether you're ready or not. The fire is coming. The destruction is inevitable, and the only thing that can save you is the war you choose to fight. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment to decide. Will you rise from the ashes, or will you burn with the throne that never truly belonged to you in the first place? Here's the truth no one wants to tell you. The harsh reality you've been dodging for years. You're trapped in a lie. And this lie isn't some sweet story you tell yourself to make you feel better. It's a prison, a straitjacket you've wrapped yourself in to avoid the fire of the real world. You think you've got everything figured out. You think that because you've made it this far, you're untouchable. But here's the catch. You've been living in a fantasy. You've convinced yourself that life owes you something, that your past pain, your struggles, your mistakes somehow give you a free pass. You think that the universe is somehow going to show mercy, going to reward you for simply existing. But you've been lied to. You've been lied to by yourself, and worse, you've let it control your actions. The truth? Your struggles are just fuel for your next battle. They're not an excuse for inaction. You think because you've suffered, because you've had setbacks, that the universe owes you a break. Newsflash, the universe owes you nothing. It will grind you down, take everything you hold dear, and leave you in the dust if you let it. You think you're special? That the rules don't apply to you? You're wrong. No one is coming to pull you out of the quicksand. No one is going to hand you a golden ticket. Your excuses? They're just chains, weighing you down and keeping you from greatness. You hide behind your pain like a coward, using it as a shield to protect your fragile ego. But all you're doing is letting it rot you from the inside out. You're letting every missed opportunity, every failure, every disappointment define who you are, and you wear it like a badge of honor. The truth? You're letting these lies kill your potential. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get to it when I feel better. I don't have the resources. It's not the right time. When is the right time exactly? When are you going to stop making excuses and start taking action? When are you going to stop pretending that the world is somehow going to hand you a victory on a silver platter? You've convinced yourself that your dreams are out of reach, that success is something for other people, for the ones who seem to have it all together. But deep down, you know it's not true. You know that you're capable of so much more. Yet, here you are, stuck in your own head, trapped by your own doubts. You've believed that the barriers around you are insurmountable, that the world is against you. You've painted yourself as the victim of circumstances beyond your control. But those circumstances, they're just shadows. Illusions you've chosen to live under. You're not a victim, you're a coward. You're not being held back by the world. You're holding yourself back. And until you accept that reality, until you look in the mirror and see the truth staring you in the face, you will stay stuck in this miserable cycle of self-pity and failure. You've chosen comfort over growth. You've chosen to stay where it's safe, where it's easy. You think being comfortable is a reward. But that comfort, it's a coffin. It's a death sentence for your potential. Every second you spend in comfort, you're wasting your life. You're squandering the time you could be using to build something that matters. Comfort kills progress. Comfort tells you to stay asleep while the world is out there fighting. While others are grinding, while others are sacrificing, you're sleeping. And the world doesn't care. The world doesn't give a damn about your comfort. It will leave you behind. And when you wake up, when you finally realize that time has passed you by, it will be too late. And let's talk about your excuses. You're always quick to point fingers. I don't have the right opportunities. I don't know the right people. I don't have enough money. Do you know what those excuses are? They're the chains you've shackled yourself with. You use them to justify your failure, to mask your inability to act. You think that if you have more, you'll do more. But that's a lie. You don't need more. You need to use what you already have. You have a brain. You have hands. You have the will to do something. The real question is, are you willing to break the chains? But let's be honest with ourselves here. You don't want to break free. You like the lie. It's easier than facing the truth. The lie tells you that it's okay to sit back and wait for things to fall into place. The lie tells you that you deserve success without the struggle, without the fight. And that's why you're stuck in this rut, because you're too afraid to challenge the lie you've been feeding yourself. But here's the truth. The only thing holding you back is you. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're not a pawn in someone else's game. You are the one choosing to stay trapped. You're the one choosing to stay in your own prison of comfort and self-deception. So let's get this straight. The world isn't waiting for you to be ready. It doesn't care if you're prepared. It doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you've been hurt before. The world will leave you behind if you don't step up. You are the one choosing to remain invisible, to keep your head down and hope that things will get better on their own. But things don't get better on their own. They get better because you fight for them. They get better because you decide to stop lying to yourself. They get better because you step into the battlefield and start doing the work. The excuses, the lies, they're nothing more than barriers you've built to hide from the real enemy, yourself. The real fight isn't out there in the world. It's not in your circumstances. It's not in the economy. It's not in your family or your past. The real fight is within you. The real enemy is the version of yourself who's too weak to stand up and take control. And that version of you, it's got to die. You've believed the lie long enough. It's time to burn it down. It's time to face the truth. You are the one holding yourself back. You are the one that's been standing in your own way. And if you don't do something about it now, you'll remain stuck in this self-imposed prison forever. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep pretending that you deserve something you haven't earned? Or are you going to finally step up and fight for the life you want, no matter the cost? Let's stop pretending now. Let's stop living in a fantasy world where everything just magically falls into place. The truth is raw and it's ugly, and it's time you faced it. You've been living in a bubble of comfort, feeding yourself lies about what success is, about what victory looks like. But now, it's time for that bubble to burst. No more sugarcoating, no more excuses. Let's talk about the cold, hard reality of the world you're really living in. The truth is that no one cares about your struggles. The world doesn't care that you've been through hell, that life has dealt you a bad hand, that you've had to fight to get this far. It's cold, indifferent, and it's moving whether you like it or not. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you'll stop being a spectator in your own life and start becoming the one who decides what happens next. You can cry about your problems all you want. You can throw a pity party, but that won't change a damn thing. You're not special because you've struggled. You're not unique because you've been through hardship. Everyone is struggling. Everyone has their own pain, their own demons, their own battles. You're not the only one. And guess what? No one is going to wait for you to catch up. The world moves forward. It doesn't stop to give you time to heal or to find yourself. It keeps pushing forward, and if you're not willing to fight, it'll leave you behind. You've been led to believe that it's okay to be stuck, that it's okay to rest, to take a break, to find your way. But I'm here to tell you, there is no time to find your way. The world isn't waiting for you to figure it out. You don't get to sit back and wait for the right moment. The right moment will never come, because it's not about the moment. It's about what you do now. It's about what you do with the time you have left. Every second you waste is one you'll never get back. You've been told that you deserve peace, that you deserve a break. But peace isn't a right. It's a privilege earned through action. It's earned through sacrifice. You want peace? Then you need to get off your ass and fight for it. The peace you seek won't be handed to you. It's not going to show up at your door and ask if you're ready for it. No, peace is a battle. And peace comes at the cost of everything you're too comfortable to give up. Here's the reality. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. Your dreams, your goals, the life you think you deserve, it's not coming unless you make it happen. You have no guarantees. Nothing is promised. There is no reward for sitting on the sidelines. No one is going to knock on your door and say, "Hey, I see you're struggling. Let me give you everything you've ever wanted." No one's going to do that for you. The world doesn't work that way. You've been promised success, but you haven't been told the price. You haven't been told what it really takes to climb the mountain. Success is earned, not given. Success doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fear. Success will look at you and say, "You want me? Prove it. Show me you have the guts to stand up. Show me you have the discipline to fight through the pain. And show me you're willing to sacrifice everything you have for what you want." This isn't a game. This isn't some motivational speech where you get a feel-good moment and then walk away and forget everything. This is war. This is about survival. This is about grinding every single day, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much pain you feel, no matter how many times you fail. It's about getting up and fighting again, and again, and again, until you break through the barrier and claim what's yours. There is no magic. There is no shortcut. There is only the battle, and you have to fight for every inch. You've been living in a lie, thinking that success comes easy for some people, that it's handed to them on a silver platter. You've been watching others rise while you stayed stuck, comparing their journey to your own and wondering why it hasn't worked out for you. Let me tell you, they didn't get there by sitting around. They didn't get there by waiting for the right time. They got there because they decided they were done with the bullshit. They decided they were going to do whatever it took. And so should you. You've been sitting in your own pity party, blaming everyone else for your failures, blaming your parents, your circumstances, your friends, blaming the economy, blaming the system. The truth? It's all on you. Your situation? It's your responsibility. Your life? It's your responsibility. Everything that's happened to you, everything you've been through, it's all been part of the test, and now it's time for you to step up. Take responsibility for everything that's happened and start acting like the warrior you were meant to be. The truth is simple. You are the only one standing in your way. The world isn't against you. It's waiting for you to show up. But you've been too scared, too lazy, too focused on everyone else to step into your power. You've been running from the battle instead of charging straight into it. The truth is you're afraid. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid of the unknown. You're afraid that if you try, you might fall flat on your face. But that fear, it's your greatest weapon. You're not weak for being afraid. You're weak for letting that fear control you. Fear is nothing more than a signal that you're about to do something that matters. Fear means you're on the edge of greatness, and if you let it stop you, you'll be stuck in mediocrity forever. It's time to stop living in the lie. It's time to stop pretending that success is something you're owed, that your struggles give you a free pass. Success doesn't owe you a thing. You owe it to yourself to fight for it. And if you want it, if you want to see your dreams come true, then you need to stand up, face your fears, and start doing the work. Now is the time. No more waiting. No more excuses. Get in the fight, or get left behind. This is your wake-up call. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Listen up. You've heard all the talk about your potential, about your future, about the life you're supposed to be living. But here's the cold, brutal truth you've been avoiding. Weakness will kill you, not just physically, mentally, spiritually. Weakness will destroy you in ways you can't even begin to comprehend. You think you're safe sitting back making excuses and avoiding the hard stuff? You're not. You're digging your own grave. Slowly, painfully, and with every minute you waste, you're sinking deeper into a hole you'll never escape. The world doesn't care about your weaknesses. No one is going to pity you. If you're weak, the world will devour you without hesitation. It's ruthless, it's unforgiving, and it doesn't care about your sob story. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you've been through hell, or if you feel like you're at your breaking point. It will chew you up and spit you out. And when you're gone, it'll move on. That's the truth. Weakness isn't just about not having the strength to lift a physical weight. It's about not having the mental toughness to keep pushing when everything tells you to quit. It's about letting your emotions, your doubts, your fears, and your self-pity control your actions. It's about taking the easy road every damn time. And that road? It leads straight to failure. When you sit back, when you let weakness rule your life, you give the world permission to crush you. You give your circumstances the power to dictate your fate. You let the people around you decide whether or not you're worthy of success. You forfeit your power. You hand over the reins of your own destiny. And the worst part? You don't even realize you're doing it. Every time you make an excuse, every time you justify your laziness, every time you avoid the discomfort and the pain of growth, you give up a little piece of yourself. You chip away at your own potential. And over time, that adds up. Every excuse, every maybe tomorrow, every moment of hesitation, it's like a drop in a bucket. And one day that bucket is going to overflow. And you'll wake up and realize you've spent your entire life playing small. And you'll have nothing left but regrets. Regret. That's the real killer. Not failure. Failure is just a lesson. Failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Regret is what eats you alive. Regret is the weight you carry when you look back and see all the opportunities you missed, all the potential you wasted, all the dreams you never pursued. Regret is the monster that haunts you when you realize you could have done it, but you were too weak, too scared, or too lazy to take action. But here's the thing. You don't have to live with regret. You don't have to be the one who looks back on your life and wishes you had done more, tried harder, pushed through the pain. You can change that right now. You can stop being the person who watches life pass them by, who looks at others achieving greatness and wonders why they can't do the same. You have the power to shift everything, but it's not going to be easy. You don't get to sit back and hope things magically change. You don't get to pray for success and then wait for it to knock on your door. It's not coming. Not unless you fight for it. You have to show up every single day, putting in the work, pushing through the pain, enduring the discomfort. You have to take responsibility for your life and stop blaming the world for what you haven't achieved. If you're not where you want to be, it's on you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not your circumstances. You. When you refuse to take action, when you choose the easy way out, you're telling the universe that you're okay with being mediocre. You're telling the universe that you're okay with settling for less than you deserve. You're telling it that you'd rather stay comfortable than risk everything for something greater. Let's break this down. Comfort is poison. Comfort is the slow killer that whispers, "It's fine. Take a break. You deserve it. You've done enough." And the moment you give in to that voice, the moment you let comfort win, you're done. You've just signed your own death sentence to mediocrity. You think you can coast by riding the wave of complacency? Think again. The world will leave you behind. While you're sitting there with your excuses, others are fighting tooth and nail for what they want. And guess what? They're winning. Because they know what's at stake. They know what happens if they stop. They know that one moment of weakness could mean the end of their dreams. So they don't stop. They don't rest. They don't take it easy. They fight relentlessly every single day. And let me tell you, if you keep sitting on your ass, if you keep making excuses, you're going to be left in the dust. While others are achieving their dreams, you'll still be stuck in the same place, staring at the same wall, wondering why your life never changed. You think you can afford to be weak? You think you can afford to sit around and wait for something to happen? Let me ask you this. How long can you afford to fail? How long can you afford to live with the fear of regret, the pain of missed opportunities? How long can you afford to be irrelevant? To be just another face in the crowd? The truth is you can't. You can't afford it for another second. Every day you waste, every minute you waste is a moment you'll never get back. And if you don't make a change right now, you'll wake up one day and realize that it's too late. You'll look back at all the time you've lost and you'll realize that the throne you thought you had was never real. It was just a delusion, built on a foundation of weakness. Now, it's time to make a decision. Will you keep giving in to your weakness or will you rise? The choice is yours, but know this. If you choose to stay weak, to stay complacent, you will pay the price. You'll pay it with a lifetime of regrets, a lifetime of what could have been. And when that Moment comes, it will be too late to fix it. The damage will be done, so stop playing games, get up and fight. The world doesn't care about your excuses, it doesn't care about your weakness. But if you decide to rise, if you decide to step into your power, the world will have no choice but to respect you. And that's where your true power lies. Here's where everything changes. This is the turning point, the moment that defines you. You have a choice. You can stay in the ashes of your past failures, or you can rise from them like a firestorm, unstoppable and relentless. You've been dragged through the mud long enough. You've played the victim. You've blamed the world. You've looked for shortcuts and you've taken the easy way out. But now it's time to rise. If you've been listening closely, you know exactly what you've been doing wrong. You've been cowering in fear, hiding from the discomfort, letting your weaknesses dictate your life. You've been avoiding the grind, avoiding the pain, and here's the kicker. You've been lying to yourself. And guess what? That stops now. You can no longer afford to live in the lie. You can't afford to lie to yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. You have greatness in you, but greatness doesn't come from sitting back and waiting for the world to hand you your dreams. It comes from rising every time you get knocked down. It comes from fighting every single day, regardless of the circumstances. The time to make excuses is over. You've made enough of them. Now, it's time to make something happen. If you're tired of being weak, tired of being stuck, tired of watching everyone else succeed while you sit back and wish, it's time to take control. This is your shot. This is your moment. And if you waste it, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. I want you to understand this. The world will never hand you anything. Success doesn't give out free passes. It doesn't give you a participation trophy for showing up. You don't get to win because you feel like it. You win because you earn it. You win because you're relentless. Because you refuse to give up. Because you outwork and outlast everyone else. You win because you put in the effort every single day, no matter how painful it is, no matter how much you want to quit. And let's be real, you're going to want to quit. A lot. But you can't. You've already seen what happens when you quit. You die inside. When you give up, you kill the part of you that could have been great. You destroy your chances at greatness, and you lock yourself in a cage of mediocrity. The fear of failure is nothing compared to the fear of living a life you're not proud of. When you look back and see nothing but a string of excuses, regrets, and what-ifs, that's the real failure. So here's the question. Are you going to keep dying inside? Are you going to let weakness continue to control you? Are you going to sit back and allow your future to slip through your fingers? Or are you going to stand up and fight? This is your battle. This is the fight for your life, your future, your success. And it's time for you to step up and take it. The truth is, you've been strong all along. You've just been hiding from it. You've been scared of your own power. You've been afraid of what happens when you tap into the real potential inside of you. But that fear, it's nothing. It's a lie. Fear doesn't control you unless you let it. You've spent too much time running from it, too much time letting it control your decisions, your actions, your dreams. Now stop running. Face your fear head on. Embrace the discomfort. Embrace the struggle. Because that's where the growth happens. That's where you build the strength you need to crush your goals, to take back control of your life, to rise above all the nonsense and make something of yourself. Every challenge you face, every hurdle you overcome is another step toward the person you were always meant to be. So start stepping. The time for hesitation is over. When you finally break free from the chains of weakness, the moment you decide to shed the weight of your excuses, you will feel a power like never before. You will feel unstoppable. You will realize that you were never weak. You were never incapable. You were just unwilling to do the work, unwilling to fight when it mattered most. But now you're ready. You're going to fight for everything you want. You're going to give everything you have, and you're going to win. And when you When you'll know deep down that it was all worth it, all the pain, all the sacrifice, all the suffering. But it's not just about winning. It's about becoming the person who can handle the pressure, who can withstand the storm. It's about becoming someone who refuses to be broken, no matter what life throws at them. This is about becoming a warrior. This is about developing the mental toughness to push through the darkness, to stare your fears in the face and say, "Not today. I'm not backing down." Let me tell you something. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nothing. The only thing it will give you is what you earn. And you're not going to get what you want by sitting back and hoping it comes to you. You have to go out there and take it. You have to hunt for it, pursue it, claw your way to the top. No one cares about your comfort. If you want success, you have to earn it the hard way. And let me tell you, you're going to earn it. You're going to work harder than everyone else. You're going to push when they quit. You're going to sacrifice when they're out partying, when they're giving up, when they're making excuses. And that's what's going to make you different. That's what's going to make you unstoppable. So, take a good hard look at yourself. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because I promise you, if you're not willing to give it your all, if you're not ready to pour everything you have into this, then nothing is going to change. But if you are, if you're ready to burn everything that holds you back, if you're ready to become a force to be reckoned with, then let's go. Then get up, fight, rise. Your destiny is waiting. Take it. Enough talking, enough listening to the excuses, enough letting your past failures define you. The war starts now. Every word I've said, every brutal truth, every push, every slap to your ego, it was to wake you up, to shake you from the slumber of complacency. Now it's time to stop thinking, time to act. Let me be clear. The real battle is not against the world, the economy, your boss, your family, or even the failures that haunt you. No. The real battle is within you. It always has been. This is about whether you have the courage, the willpower, and the absolute fire inside of you to face what's coming and rise above it. To get to that place where you're not just surviving, but thriving. Where you're living the life you always dreamed of. But only if you're ready to sacrifice everything. You know what you have to do. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. You've heard it all. The truth, the facts, the brutal reality. You've seen the lies you've told yourself, the excuses you've made. You've heard the call to arms. And now it's time to stop thinking about it and actually start doing it. Stop fantasizing about success and start manifesting it. Stop wishing for change and start forcing it. If you want to win, you've got to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You've got to be willing to walk through hell and come out the other side, scorched but alive, stronger than ever. You can no longer let doubt paralyze you. You can't let fear steer your decisions. And you damn sure can't let the world's distractions keep you from your purpose. If you want to break through, if you want to climb that mountain, then you have to stop staring at the peak and start climbing. Climb until you can't breathe. Climb until your body is screaming for mercy, and then climb some more. The world will try to push you back down. It will knock you to the ground, grind you into the dirt, make you question everything. But here's the truth. It's not the world that's stopping you. It's you. It always has been. And the only thing standing between you and your success is your own unwillingness to face the pain, to endure the struggle, to burn through every barrier that's held you back. But let me tell you something. The moment you make up your mind to burn those barriers down, you will never be the same. So here's the final truth. Your silence is your weapon. The moments you've spent making excuses, complaining, hiding, in the shadows, they've been the enemy. Now it's time for you to flip the switch. Silence those voices that tell you you're not enough. Silence the world that tells you it's too late. Silence the fear that says you can't. And in that silence, hear the roar of your potential. Let it fuel you, let it guide you, let it become the fire that drives you forward. This is your command. You're no longer a victim. You're a warrior. And a warrior doesn't wait for permission. A warrior doesn't beg for scraps. A warrior takes what's his. So stop asking for the life you want. Take it. Do you think the successful people you admire woke up one day and had it handed to them? Do you think they waited for someone to give them the green light? Hell no. They fought for it. They bled for it. They worked harder than everyone else. And they never stopped. They made their own path, carved their own future, and you're going to do the same. This isn't about waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. This isn't about hoping. Hope is for the weak. You take action. You create momentum. You don't sit back and wait for the world to throw opportunities your way. You take them. You grab them by the throat and don't let go until you've bled every ounce of success from them. You've spent too long wondering, doubting, questioning. Now it's time to get angry. Angry at your own excuses. Angry at the way you've let yourself off the hook. Use that anger. Channel it into something productive. Use it to fuel your mission. There's no more room for hesitation. No more room for self-doubt. You've been told the truth, and you know what's required. Now it's time to take the steps. The first step might be the hardest, but the only way out is through. Take the first step. And once you take that first step, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing, fighting, and clawing your way to the top. Every step you take will bring you closer to the person you were always meant to be. And no one, not a single soul, can stop you if you refuse to back down. This is war. It's about survival. It's about winning, no matter what. The battle isn't over. It's only just beginning. And it's yours for the taking. So, get up, get moving. No more excuses, no more waiting. Rise, warrior, rise. Your destiny is within your grasp. Take it.